Hi friends, welcome to my channel DataMaking. Continuation to the my video series on building a stream processing application. So in this video, we are going to see how to build a charts and a dashboard using a Python package called Dash. Okay. So before going to the topic, let me minimize the recording window. Okay. So what I'm going to do is in this, I'm going to build the visualization, basically the real-time dashboard, which will keep updating for every 10 seconds. Okay, so I build a simple dashboard. So where I will have a bar chart, which actually posts the RSVP messages aggregation, like each every 10 seconds. Whatever the last batch, which is from the Spark structure streaming, the aggregated data is stored in the MySQL, right? So from the MySQL, the last batch data I want to get it, and I want to show you the top the top 10 groups which gets more RSVP messages. So which are the groups which is getting more RSVP message, like last 10, like top 10. I'm actually I want to show it in my dashboard as a bar chart, as well as the result I will also show in the grid as a table, data table in the tabular format. That's what I want to do. Probably uh, we can build other charts with different aggregated data. So to start with, I'm going to do this. So basically, Python Dash, right? What is Python Dash? It's actually visualization framework which is built on Python Flask and the Plotly visualization package. So Plotly is the it's actually open source commercial one. So okay, so it is available for building your visualization in Python. I think they are started supporting for R also. You can explore it, but I have not explored the R. So Python part I used it. So they come up with the Dash framework, which actually web framework. As I told you, it's based on the Flask and Plotly. Okay, please you can go through the other. You can go to this website for different topics. Actually, you can explore how to build the dashboard, all the stuff. You can go and explore it. So basically, what I will be showing in this program, in this example is, so so let me run my this program. So this is only one program. App.py is the one program where we build this Plotly application. Sorry, the Dash application, and we'll actually plot the chart actually. So we'll create the dashboard using the chart and as well as a data table, or you can call it as grid. Okay, so let me run and show you. Then I'll explain each line of the code and what it does. So I am running. So basically, it is going to run. It is going to run two query on my database tables. So as I told you last time, I have this table, right? There is a table called in MySQL. I have a Meetup RSVP DB. In that, I have a table called Meetup RSVP message aggregated detail table. Okay, so this is a table I want to use it for storing the aggregated data. So in the Spark structure streaming, I am storing aggregated data or raw data in MongoDB, the aggregated data in this database. Okay, so okay, let me run it again. Okay, so this is the one, right? So basically, I want to show you the latest batch. This is batch 1 records, and batch 2, batch 3. Latest batch was 8 or 6, I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's run the maximum batch. Maximum batch. Max of batch ID. So 9, batch number 9 is the latest one. So right now I stopped the Spark structure streaming program. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run two query, one for graph, one for grid. Okay, so okay, let me show you the dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard I built. Okay, so one is a bar chart. Okay, where actually I am showing the top 10 groups RSP message. So I am showing both uh, yes message count, the people who want to attend the meetup uh, on the particular group, yes as well as no count. For this, there is no for this group. Basically, recently they did not actually put the any message for no. All are yes only. So all these groups yes only there. We actually will try it in the next demo. In the demo, I will try to run for in real time. I will run the Spark both the Kafka producer as well as the Spark structure streaming program, which does aggregation, and then we'll run this dashboard in the coming in the next video. Here, I just want to show you the how I build the dashboard. Okay, so it is updating every 10 seconds. If you look at here, the refresh time is 41 now. It will actually change into 52 because I'm just pulling the latest batch. The latest batch, these are the top 10 records. Okay, so every 10 seconds it will actually refresh the same record, so you don't see any difference. Let me refresh it. Okay, so in grid it is not showing any value. Something. Okay, some problem in the MySQL connection. See, it's saying there are some connection issues. That's why it is not getting updated. Okay. So basically, it will update the grid also. Okay, let me stop and run it again. I have this MySQL connection issues. Okay, so let me run it again. So meanwhile, I'll explain you. So initially, what we are doing is we are exporting all the dash related package. So you need to install this this package dash. Okay, so dash package you need to install, and also you need to install the SQL Alchemy package. Okay, so I will show you what are the package you need to install. Go to the project interpreter. Okay, so you need to install dash and dash core components, dash HTML components, and dash renderer and dash table. Okay, these are the things you need to install, and table experiments. So these are the package you need to install to work to build this dash based dashboard. Okay, again I will run this. Sorry, I'll open the URL again. Somehow the data for grid is not getting updated. So basically, I am using okay. This part will come to later. Okay, we'll check it out. Why this grid is not getting loaded? It should load. at 9:47. Okay, so MySQL part some issues there. We'll see this later. I will run this and I'll explain you the program. Okay, so let it run. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so you need to install this dash package, dash HTML components, core components, and a dash table. Okay, so import those packages. So I'm importing dash HTML control as I given alias as DHTML and dash core components DCC, and this dependencies input output. I'll tell you what is the usage for this. So basically you need to import this package data table and the pandas data frame and the MySQL SQL engine, sorry, Alchemy engine you need to, Alchemy package you need to import, and the basically the create engine. Then you need to, this is for just displaying a time, and plotly you need to install and export, because I'm going to use the graph from the plotly only. Okay, the bar chart. Okay, so then the CSV used all this dash controls uses the default uses this CSV, sorry, CSS classes from this CSV. You can just import this CSV style sheet. Okay, and then first you need to create a dash application. To create a dash application, you just put a dash dot dash of, just pass this underscore name. That's, this will be your program name, and followed by your external style sheet. Okay, then I'll say this app dot script dot config serve local equal true, because this to make this style sheet to used in the dash application, you need to set this property. Okay, then I actually create a one function. Okay, so this function, what I'm doing is I'm connecting the database, MySQL database. Okay, I'm running two query because data frame 1 actually gets runs the query, which is a group name, country from the aggregated table. Okay, from the aggregated table I'm actually loading all the columns with the latest batch records. So that's why I put in the where class batch ID equal to select of max batch ID from this table. So basically top 10 records from the last batch I am taking it. Okay, this is for showing it in the grid. Okay, and another query basically where actually I am taking the group name and I am finding the yes RSVP, yes response count, as well as the no response count. I'm just finding, though you see the case statement, when the response equal to yes, just already we have the count. Okay, because already it is grouped based on the response only, response in the other columns as well. So you can just take the count and else make it as 0. Okay, so these are the two select queries I am running it to, just to show you. This is for a graph. Okay, if I run this, it is going to give me the somehow my SQL this is, so this will give result as every group what is the yes response count and y response count. This is for chart. Okay, this I will use this plot in one bar. The bar chart, this will be one bar for yes row count and one bar for no row count. And the grid actually just what are the columns you need: group name, country name, and batch ID, response count from this table from the maximum, the latest batch. That's why I put where condition max of batch ID. Okay, so these are the two queries I'm running, and I get two data frames, df1 and df2. df1 is basically used for graph, and df2 is used df2 is used for graph, df1 used for the data table to form the grid. So now we need to actually, we already created the dash application, right? Let me minimize this function. This function is going to give you two data frames. Okay, so in a JSON basically it is returns a dictionary where df1 equal to data frame, pandas data frame of data frame, and df2 is another pandas data middle return. From this I'll just take and form the df1 and df2. Okay, so this program does this, basically this function. Let me minimize this. So you call this function and get the df1 df2. So first, initially we created the dash application, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to set the layout. Okay, so application you need to set the layout is. Well, layout is set. So basically all your HTML will have div. Inside div will have HTML controls, right? So instead of HTML controls, we are going to use the dash controls. So that's why we are saying DHTML layout equal to DHTML dot div. Okay, in the div, I am going to set this header as dash real time application for Meetup. So let me run this application so that I'll compare and I'll show you. Localhost 8121 8191, I guess 8191. Okay, so first what we are doing is we are actually displaying this message real time dash for meetup groups RSVP. Okay, that's what this control header control. Just it's a h2 you are using header, and you just put the message and you set the font information. Okay, so still it is not grid is not updated. Okay, let's check why what is it. Okay, so then the next control is there is a refresh. I want to refresh every time. This every 10 second it is getting refreshed, right? That refresh time I want to display here. So I just created a one okay div. I given the ID as div ID as current refresh time. Okay, this I'm going to keep updating this div. Okay, so I just in the child I given the description as current refresh time. So this I need to update this div every time this refreshes. Okay. Now, okay, so that is over. Okay, so okay, so first is what we saw is this is the header control, and next we saw the div which is going to display the time. Then in the third, in the another div. Okay, so this will be div which is going to contain a list of controls, right? The first is header control I put, the next is div control, and then followed by another div which is going to hold the graph, one div for chart, right? Graph I'm going to update live update graph bar. There's a ID I'm just assigning to this graph control. Okay, and another control is another div. I'm going to have the data table. Okay, this data table I'm going to update for every again every 10 second I'm going to update this. So I just given the ID as data table paging. Okay, so these are the two. So this will be a first graph it will show. That's what it is showing here. First is graph and followed by your grid. Okay, grid. Okay, this is for grid control. This is for graph. There are three control we need to update every 10 seconds. One is this div tag where the refresh time we need to update, and the graph unit update, and third is the grid unit update. Okay, and this is important control, the interval control. What is the use of interval control is basically these are a dash control, right? These controls get populated data whenever the user interacts with the page, right? So basically if you have a drop down or button, on click of drop down or selecting the drop down or clicking a button, generally this dash control get populated. But we want to do it in real time, right? We don't want any user interaction. Every 10 seconds it has to interval. So for that we are trying to use the interval control. Interval control takes two arguments. Okay, basically it has two property. One property is interval property, another is n interval. Okay, interval properties basically sets every what is the time interval you want to get. This n intervals basically initially it's initialized with 0, and every time it's get uh, updated based on the interval time. So basically initially it is in millisecond. Okay, 10 second. Okay, then after 10 second, uh, so after 10 second, this will become again 10th second, right? This will be as like you can see, think of this as a 0th second. Then once the 10 second is over, then it will become 10th second, 20th second, 30th second, like that. It will get updated. The n interval will get updated automatically every time this interval completes. Okay, so that this why we are using this is, so this interval uh, uh, whenever this interval completes and n interval is getting updated, you can actually make the callback. Okay, so why I need the callback? Because we need to update the particular graph and chart in real time. So you can actually set the callback to populate or refresh your dash controls. So callback, okay, callback, what you need to do is you need to provide the input and output. So input basically an interval. Okay, so it takes every 10 second, right? Every 10 second this will callback will get called. So what is the output you are going to give? You are going to generate time and update the refresh div that we defined in the top. So this div every 10 second it is going to update the current timestamp. Okay, so then one more callback, one callback for updating the current refresh time, another callback for updating the graph. So what is the input for? Again, input is a n interval. So every 10 second this n interval gets triggered, the call triggers the callback. Okay, and what is the output? Basically we are going to update the graph. To update the graph, what we need is we need a data frame, df2. I defined df2, df1 and df2 as a global variable in the page in this update table. So basically I defined as global variable 1 and df1 and df2 as a global variable. Now to build a graph, so basically I'm using a bar graph. So plotly.graphObject.bar, and you set the x-axis, y-axis. X-axis is basically a group name, and y-axis is the s and row count. So so basically this will become one bar for s count, another for row count, no count. First s is basically here 0, that's why it is getting 0 actually. Okay, so that's what you are setting here. One bar for yes count, another for no count, no response count. Then you append it into one list. Okay, then you actually set the layout for your graph. So layout equal to bar mode as group. Okay, so we are grouping the both bar, and you set the fonts. Then finally you return it as a data with the bar 1 and bar 2, and the layout as the whatever the layout if we defined here. Okay, this is the power properties. So every this the y-axis, if you see the group, right? The y-axis we are group. So I don't want to merge this this text. I don't want to merge it together. So I just tilted how many degrees? 25 minus 25 degrees. So that's why it says it's slides, somewhat slide. Otherwise it would have been in the horizontal manner, and the text would have been wrapped each other. Okay. So and then finally you return this dictionary object with the data and layout. So that data and layout is getting updated in this. If you see here, this finally it will come to this graph. This control only we are updating. This live update bar. If you see the callback, this is the output. To go and append it to that layout. And finally data table. Data table also okay. Probably this is the one that is throwing error. Initially I was using for pagination. I don't want to use this pagination, so I'll just remove this. Okay, this might be one reason. I'll just make data RSVP. Okay, let's go here, update this control name, where it is RSVP. Okay, I'll just come here and close this. RSVP data table RSVP, right? Yeah, I'll take this ID. So another callback, right? Another callback is basically that the data table. Just this output I want to. Input will be an interval. Just I'll keep only the n interval. So every 10 seconds it will just go and prepare this data frame. So so my first data frame one is used for grid, showing into the grid. Okay, so this is what I want to make. So what is this? Again, I'll repeat this. So this callback takes input as n interval as previous, and it's actually going to return this data frame one into records to that the data table. Okay, so that's why I'm calling this. Uh, every time I'll call this a data table. Okay. Okay, every time what is going to do, it is going to call this MySQL, the function which returns df1 df2 based on the query we written in that, and it's going to convert this data frame 1 into records as a records, and it will update the data table RSV data table. So finally, that's what you do it in the three callback. One callback for updating the current time for every batch interval, another callback for updating graph, and third callback for updating the data table. Okay, that's what we are doing it here. So this is the entry point of the program where I just run the Python, the dash server, the dash application. Let me run it again. It is taking some time. Okay, open it. Okay, so now to 54 second. Again, this grid is not getting updated. I'll check that. I'll check why this is not getting. So this is how you need to build your dashboard. So one control, basically three control getting updated real time. One is this current time, it's 24, and the chart, and as data table. Data table is not getting updated currently. I'll check that. So in the next video, I'll demonstrate the end to end. Okay, from the Kafka, Meetup stream to Kafka producer, and then Spark streaming, and then this dashboard. Everything I'll show in the next video, full end-to-end demo. I'll show you. I hope this dash control is helpful for you. If you have any queries, please post your queries here. I will respond it back. Okay. Thank you so much, friends. See you in the next video. Please go through my other videos in my channel and post your feedback. I'm happy to help you. So I have a different project I developed. One is this is the RSVP project, RSVP stream processing. I have another real-time project for e-commerce data processing, other stuff. Check that, and if you have any doubt, please post it. Thank you so much, friends.